Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and I just got another issue of the LEGO Ninjago Magazine. Well, I didn't actually just get another issue, in fact I got this about a month and a half ago, but that was sort of in the middle of like early Ninjago review season and I just sort of forgot about it. So now we're finally getting back into the magazine reviews. I have this one, I have the next issue, and then the issue after that should also be coming very soon, and then we should be back on like the regular monthly schedule. But anyway, I don't want to skip any, so we're catching up on the ones that I missed. And this month's issue came with an Earth Ninja Cole with a Reveal Blade minifigure. This is the Spectral Suit Cole minifigure. But of course, we'll take a closer look at him at the end of this video. For now, let me remove the poly bag so we can take a look at the full cover. Here's the cover with Cole removed. It says, LEGO Toy Cole, can the ninja defeat Thunderfang? We've got an epic 12-page comic. It's time to power up, apparently. Danger, danger, intruder alert. The ninja are under attack. Then we got some elite posters, and that's it looks like. Not as many callouts as there normally are on the cover. But regardless, let's get it opened up and see what it has to offer. Ooh, we got a new ad at the front. Things have changed. Now we have Unleash Your Creativity with the LEGO Play app. Scan to download, sure. Then here at the table of contents, they are continuing the villain of the month. You better not get in this villain's way. With his elemental power, Brute Force Noct has defeated the ninja more than once, and even the Dragon Matriarch fell victim to him. He may have lost his soul to Thunderfang, but that only makes him all the more dangerous. We've got the Meanometer, where you can rank how mean you think he is. And then it says, seriously strong. Once Noct gets going, there's no stopping him. Or is there? Build a fortress for the ninja using your LEGO bricks that even Noct will find hard to break into. I do like that they've been doing that, like encouraging you to build your own stuff. I know, especially when I was a kid, I would love that idea. I would absolutely be building my own ninja fortress if I read that. Anyway, turning to the next page, this should be the bio page on the minifigure. What is this? That's a lot on one page. Oh, does it use the... Oh, that's really cool. It's actually a game that uses the Reveal Blade. You gotta use it to sort of like block out all the red and find the path of the maze. That's actually awesome, the fact that it ties in with the toy. I don't know if I've ever seen them do that. Like, sometimes it sort of ties in. It's like, place the weapon here and like try to flick it or something. That's a really cool use of the Reveal Blade, though. I like that a lot. Anyway, bio page on Cole. Cole is a hero. Of course, every ninja is a hero, but the Earth Ninja is especially brave. So brave that he even sacrifices himself for his friends. And he's saying his iconic line, "Nobody threatens my friends and gets away with it." And his blade is developed by Imperium's finest scientists. The big ambush. While Cole, Freck, and Kai are on their adventures, Noct and the Spectral Dragonians attack the Rookery, the home of Cole and his friends. Fritz, Spitz, and Bonzo are caught by the Soul Suckers and turned into Hollow Ones. Anger and courage. Cole, Freck, and Kai pursue the villains all the way to Imperium. The situation is extremely dangerous, as the three ninja only have small prismatic blades in order to see their ghostly opponents. Despite the hopelessness of the situation, Cole fearlessly attacks Noct and loses his soul in the process. The Reveal Blade. Cole wasn't too weak, he was poorly equipped. A small prismatic blade is not enough for Noct's ghost gang. Would he have had a chance with this blade? So I guess we've got a Ninjago what-if scenario. That's why Cole includes the blade, because it's what if he had the blade to fight with. And then yeah, this is why I point out, all invisible. Help him fight his way through Imperium to Noct by solving the puzzle. And yeah, it's a maze entirely hidden by red, and you have to use the Reveal Blade to reveal the path. That's so cool. And I want you to count how many Spectral Dragonians you defeat. That feels very daunting for a kid's activity book. I don't even know how you'd begin to count all these guys. Anyway, turning to the next page, we have a Ding Ding Wake Up! Or Ding Dong Wake Up! Two ninja teams are traveling to the Cave of Bells to awaken the Arc Dragons. Help them unleash the ancient powers by solving the puzzles. Alright, and we have a series of different games and puzzles here. Here you have to find the path to Rapton by following the noises. This is like a little pattern-finding game where they figure out what note comes next. This is one of the maze games you have to figure out which path leads to the end. And this is another like pattern-finding game. Okay. After that, we have Arg, missed it! Oh, and this is a Zane and Pixel game while they're off doing their own thing as the rest of the ninja go to defeat Thunderfang. And you have to figure out which of the realms Zane and Pixel are headed to by solving this word search. It seems like the answer is Mysterium, so it implies they're going to Mysterium. Chances are they probably just made that up for this magazine for an activity. But that would be interesting if that's actually like the canon answer as to where they went during Season 3. I doubt that would be it, because Mysterium was all, like, corrupted during Season 3, so I assume they would have joined the fight. But yeah, definitely something interesting to think about. And then we have Off to New Worlds. The merged lands hold many secrets, but has everything truly been discovered? Grab a dice and become an explorer yourself. Roll once per box and record your results below. And you have to roll dice to figure out, like, your own merge story. That's cute. The world is a remote island where everything stinks. It's full of hiding places inhabited by snakes with digital tentacles that are full of lava, threatened by police officers that are constantly annoyed. I like that. That's really funny. Anyway, now we're at the comics. So as always with the comics, I'm not going to read the entire thing to you guys, but feel free to pause the video and read it for yourself, and if I notice anything especially funny or interesting, I will stop and point it out. This month we have Stowaway Melee. We got some official Ninjago geese, I like that. Also, what is this? Why does he look like that? Why has he just got, like, cone legs? Oh, okay, we got a Blect plan, and Blect is attacking the ninja remotely with this robot. Sure. Alright, and Wildfire's steering the bounty, and she's crashing into things that she does. Okay, so the dragons are trying to help them, but Ray doesn't want to help. He's in a bad mood, so they're going to the engine room. I'm not gonna lie, this comic's been weird so far. I know we're only, 4 pages in, but I feel like nothing has happened at all, so let's see where they're going next. Okay, so Kai's mask gets stuck in the engine, and he gets, like, dragged around, and then they find the bot, and then the bot starts draining the energy, so they're trying to fight it. Sure, I guess. I don't think this is the most interesting concept for a comic, but this is only the halfway point. So now we have the break. Oh, and then we have more Reveal Blade stuff. This is so cool. I love so much that they have activities that tie in with the Reveal Blade. Honestly, this uses it better than the set does. The game's called 1 of the 7, but when you reveal it, it says 1 of the 8 because Thunderfang wants to become the 8th Source Dragon. So you have to figure out what Thunderfang's Source Dragon title would be, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to say Chaos. And then you have to figure out which of the Spectral Forbidden 5 captured the most souls. Of course, Zark got the least, as well as Kerr. They're tied. And Drix got the most, because Drix is the GOAT. And then we have the posters in the center. Wait, this first one's sick! Look at this, it's the 4 ninja who know Rising Dragon technique all doing it all at once. We have Lloyd, Kai, Nia, and Zane. And it's like completely original drawings of them? Usually their posters are like screenshots from the show, or like an official poster, right, that we saw somewhere else. Or like a combination of official renders and stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen an original illustration like this, though. Like, I don't think this comes from anywhere else. I think this is new for this magazine. And it looks super cool, because it actually feels like it was designed to be a poster. Really neat seeing all 4 of these guys all at once, and getting a look at them all using those powers together. This might be the best poster we've ever gotten. No unnecessary text either, it just says Ninjago at the top, which is all I want. It doesn't have, like, huge text over it that says Dragon Power or something. This is really, really cool. And then on the back, we have a more traditional poster. It says, Villains Never Give Up, and it's got all the Spectral Forbidden 5 on it. And these are just renders, but honestly, these are pretty cool too, seeing them in their spectral forms, but as minifigures. Because we never got official minifigures of these guys. They are mostly just turned blue, but, like, I really like how Drix looks, Noct looks really cool. And the text is, like, a little bit silly, but this feels fun for, like, a kid's poster. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the layout of this one, too. Normally I would say this is really good, but the other side's so great that I feel like if you wanted to hang up a poster from this magazine, this should be the one. Yeah, genuinely, if it wasn't for the staple holes in the middle, this is a poster I would actually hang up in my LEGO room. That's such an awesome one. Anyway, back to the magazine. Here we have a game where you have to draw a path between these numbers without touching any of the hollowed civilians, so that way Geo can get through without getting hollowed himself. And then here we have Invisibly Invincible. And this is a Spot the Differences game with some Spectral Dragonians who have put on a wig. This one's got a shovel and a mustache. And then we should be back to the comics. So let's see, does this pick up at all, or is this just going to be somewhat boring? I love this line from Nia. They're like, oh, we're at the Central Water Supply Network. She goes, I feel right at home. So yeah, he tries to mess up the water. They hit the waste tank, which is kind of gross. It looks like it's just trash, but I don't think that's what a waste tank typically is. And Nia's left behind to go clean it up, so now it's just Kai, Zane, and Ryu on to the next step. Okay, they break open a bag of rice, and Ryu's chasing down the bot, and let's see what happens in the final panel. Okay, so they work together, they freeze the bot, and then it's about to explode, but Ryu tries to do Spinjitzu, and he doesn't do it, but does spin enough to knock it off the ship, so then it explodes off the ship, and then it's not an issue for him. I mean, that's cute. I do like seeing some Ryu personality stuff, seeing him actually want to become a ninja, want to learn Spinjitzu. The actual plot of this comic, though, I don't really have any thoughts on. Definitely not, like, the most exciting thing to do for a comic. 5 ninja chasing after 1 robot sent by Blect of all characters. These, like, in the middle of the season comics are always a little bit awkward. Though, is it middle of the season or is this end of the season? Because Zane's back. I think this is actually after Dragon's Rising Season 3 Part 2. Or maybe not. No, because everyone should be lost. When does this take place? Why is Zane here? Is this before? Because Zane shouldn't have this suit either, but the suits are usually not super accurate. Does it say at the beginning? No, it just says the peaceful skies over the merged lands. So yeah, no idea where this is supposed to take place. Probably between parts 1 and 2. That would make the most sense. I guess it's supposed to be like right after Wildfire got the bounty for the first time. Interesting, alright. Anyway, that's the end of the comic, but it's not the end of the magazine. Because first we have The Last Hope. And I think this is just a summary of Dragon's Rising Season 3 Part 2. Let me read through it real quick to see if there's anything, like, especially notable. Yep, basically just a summary of the season. Feel free to pause, zoom in, read for yourself if you want, but nothing that I feel the need to point out. Then after that, we have Stop Roz Now! Okay, this is kind of neat. It's a dice rolling board game, but you're not going against somebody else. Instead, you're both going against Roz. And Roz moves closer every single turn, and you have to get to Roz to stop him. I kind of like that. Definitely feels original, and it's more complex than some other games we've gotten in these magazines. Then we have an ad for the Temple Bounty set, and we got some little games to tie in with this, but this is just the advertisement page. It's saying, hey, here's the set, here's all the minifigures on it, you guys should go check out this set. And it is a very cool set. And then after that, we have an advertisement for next month's magazine, and this one is so exciting. I do already have it, but I've not opened it yet. I've not gone through it yet. It comes with a Frack minifigure. I'm so excited to see that Frack comes in a magazine. Frack is my favorite new character in Dragon's Rising. I love that we have a Serpentine Ninja. The minifigure's alright. He's got issues, but I'm just happy to have him at all. But I thought it was so lame that he only came in one pretty expensive set. How expensive was that set? $100? Was that $100? Or was it $80? I don't remember. Regardless, it was too much. He should have been more accessible. So now the fact that he comes in a magazine does make him more accessible to a lot of people. Obviously, the magazines are not in every country. They're not in the US, for example. But even still, this should bring his aftermarket price down a little bit. And I'm so incredibly excited to be getting an extra of him, too. I love Frack so much. And then finally, at the very end here, we have another Ninjago meme generator. The video I did on the last one did really well, so let's go through these. Let's create some memes. First, though, we have Roz and Rogue saying their iconic quotes. Stop the shenanigans. Actually, sorry, that's not what Lord Roz sounds like. Aaron. Sorry, I have to get into my Lord Roz impression. Aaron, stop the shenanigans. Nobody laughs under my rule. And then Jay is saying, you know what rules? These memes. Alright, let's go through. Let's create some memes. When you can't find the last Lego brick needed for a build. I guess we'll go with a frohickey for that one. Me and my friends doing a presentation at school. Obviously, that goes with the Lees. When someone reminds the teacher about homework, that's probably Lloyd. That's probably that Lloyd picture. Me when my mom tells me to clean my room for the 18th time. Yeah, probably Frack. Sneaking into the kitchen after bedtime for a snack. Now that's definitely this Jay picture. When I try to use Spijitzu in real life, now that's definitely got to be this Sora and Ryu picture. But now, is there more in the back? I assume there is. Oh, there is. We got 6 more memes, guys. Actually, 7 more pictures, 6 more captions. Me pretending to be sick to avoid doing something. That's got to be this guy right here. That moment when the Wi-Fi goes down. I feel like Aaron in that moment. Me on the first day of school after getting a new haircut. I probably feel like Jay there. Parents, we need to talk. Me. Definitely this Kai and Frohickey up here. Pretending to sleep as my parents check in. Probably this Cole. Probably Cole right there. And finally, my stomach after I ate the entire bag of chocolate cookies. Probably the annoyed Aaron. Did I use that one? Yeah, I don't think so. The annoyed Aaron. That's probably my stomach after I ate the entire bag of chocolate cookies. This is so silly. I know as a kid I would have loved this, and it makes for a funny video. Anyway, that's the end of the magazine, but it's not everything for this video because we still have the polybag to look at, so let's get this opened up and review the Cole minifigure that it comes with. Here's the Spectral Suit Cole minifigure fully put together, and before we talk about the minifigure himself, let's talk about his accessory, because this minifigure comes with a full reveal blade. And I'm in two minds about this. On the one hand, I think it's really awesome that in the magazine you get the proper gimmick for this wave. This is the full version of the collectible. It's not like a smaller version, it's not like a fake version. No, this is the actual, unique molded piece that comes in the main wave sets. So if you don't have a ton of the main wave sets, it's great to get here. I also really like the way it ties in with the magazine. I've never seen them do that before. It's one of the coolest features I've ever seen, in the actual magazine content. But on the other hand, one of my favorite parts about the magazines are the really unique weapon builds that they come with. So whenever we get something like this, I do find it to be a bit of a shame that it's not one of those really unique weapon builds, and instead it's just a single part. Because this is such a cool piece, I don't think it's the end of the world here. But ideally, I would have loved to see this expanded upon. Make a side that uses the reveal blade as a huge blade at the top. Would that be ridiculous? Yes. But that's what the magazine weapons are for. Especially for people who don't have all the main wave sets, though I think this is cool to have here. And then Spectral Suit Cole is an awesome minifigure to get. He only comes in 2 sets, both of which are fairly expensive. Funnily enough, one of them is that same set that Frack comes in, and I think every single minifigure in that set now that Frack is coming in the next magazine, comes in at least one magazine. So that set went from having a bunch of exclusive minifigures and being the cheapest way to get a lot of them, to all of a sudden having all of its minifigures come in a magazine. So now there's not nearly as much of a reason to actually get that set. So yeah, just from a distribution perspective, it's great to have a cheaper way to get Cole. And in terms of the minifigure itself, I like it. The Spectral Suit armor is really, really cool the way it's dual molded in gold and the ninja's color in Cole's case black. The dragon head over one shoulder looks awesome with like the bamboo armor on the other side, and you can fit standard katanas out the back, though of course Cole does not come with any of those here. The only thing I don't like about it is this molding mark in the center of the chest. It's just off color and it's right there, it's so obvious. I wish that was tucked away like underneath or hidden better, because I understand in the molding process that has to be left somewhere, but that is just the absolute worst part for it to be left. All the Spectral Suit Ninja use dark tan and dark red, which I think is a really cool bit of consistency, because for a lot of the ninja those are colors they've never used before. Cole I think actually has used both in some suits, but never altogether like this, especially with the black and the orange, and actually gunmetal gray for the arms. So quite the combination of colors here, but I think they actually work for Cole. But I don't think that's the worst thing ever. I would have liked maybe just a few extra lines to add some detailing in there, because every other part of this design is so detailed. Seeing the more blobby, cartoony bits does feel a little bit off. I am also of the opinion that I think these suits would look better with full ninja hoods rather than just like the half mask and the hairpiece, especially because these armor pieces do fit with the full Season 1 hoods, but it works fine with the hair pieces. And there's a full look at Cole's face print and torso print with the armor removed, as well as a look at the back torso print. I really like this actually. It's their Season 11 symbols, but it almost seems as if it's like spray painted on there. But yeah, quite a cool minifigure, honestly. Happy to see him in a magazine. But now, what are my thoughts on this magazine overall? Honestly, in terms of content of the actual magazine, this one did a lot that I feel like is far and above a lot of the other magazines we've seen. The Reveal Blade games are genuinely awesome. Like, I know I'm not the target audience for the games in these magazines. They're made for very little kids. But I saw that and I'm like, that's genuinely so cool, and a better implementation of the Reveal Blade than the main wave sets had. That Rising Dragon Technique poster, too, one of the best posters in these magazines ever, if not the best. Like, the fact that I believe it's an original illustration just for the magazine, that is so cool. I want to see more things like that. The Cole minifigure is also an amazing inclusion. Not like the #1 most exciting minifigure to get in a magazine of all time, but hey, he's a minifigure who only came in expensive sets previously. It is always a good day when we have a cheaper way to get those. Honestly, the only negative is like I found the comic kind of boring, but that's fine, especially when we're in between seasons like this. The comics are very hit or miss. So yeah, I think this is a really good magazine, especially if you don't have the Cole minifigure yet. Absolutely pick this one up if it's still available in your region. I know I'm late on this one, so it's probably cycled out for a lot of people. But hey, if you get the opportunity, pick it up. I think it's pretty good. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this magazine in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!